Today we're learning about three viral diseases: measles, HIV, and tobacco mosaic virus, then looking at two bacterial infections, salmonella and gonorrhea, studying a fungal disease called rose black spot, and finally investigating malaria, a disease caused by a protist. Let's start with viral diseases. Measles is a viral infection that causes fever and a distinctive red skin rash. It spreads through droplets in the air when an infected person sneezes or coughs. These tiny moisture droplets can be inhaled by others nearby. People with measles typically develop a high temperature and a red rash that starts on the face and spreads across the body. Measles can be serious or even fatal if complications develop. It can lead to pneumonia, which is inflammation of the lungs, or encephalitis, which is inflammation of the brain. Because of these serious risks, most children receive vaccination against measles when they're young, which has helped reduce cases worldwide. The second viral disease we'll examine is HIV, which stands for Human Immunodeficiency Virus. HIV spreads through sexual contact or by exchanging bodily fluids, such as blood. This often happens when people share needles during drug use. When first infected with HIV, a person may experience flu like symptoms for a short period. They might then have no symptoms at all for several years. During this time, however, the virus continues to attack the immune system. It specifically targets immune cells, gradually weakening the body's natural defenses. Without treatment with antiretroviral drugs, the immune system becomes severely damaged, leading to AIDS, which stands for Acquired Immune Deficiency Syndrome. At this stage, the body cannot fight off other infections or cancers effectively. People with AIDS often develop infections that wouldn't affect someone with a healthy immune system. Viruses don't just affect humans, they can infect plants too. Tobacco mosaic virus, which is also known as TMV, affects many plant species, including tomatoes. It causes a distinctive mottled pattern on the leaves where some areas appear discolored. This pattern gives the virus its name. The discoloration means the plant can't photosynthesize properly, which affects growth. Infected plants often produce fewer fruits and may be stunted. TMV spreads when plants come into contact with each other or through gardening tools. Unlike animal viruses, it doesn't need vectors like insects to spread. Now let's move to bacterial diseases. Salmonella is a type of bacteria that causes food poisoning. People infected with salmonella experience fever, stomach cramps, vomiting, and diarrhea. These symptoms usually appear within a day or two of infection. These symptoms occur because the bacteria produce toxins that irritate the digestive system. You can get salmonella by eating food contaminated with the bacteria. This includes undercooked meat, eggs from infected birds, or food that's been cross contaminated during preparation. In the UK, most poultry are vaccinated against salmonella to help control its spread. This public health measure has reduced human infections significantly. The second bacterial disease we'll look at is gonorrhea, a sexually transmitted infection. Unlike salmonella, gonorrhea spreads through sexual contact, especially unprotected sex. A person with gonorrhea will often feel pain when they urinate. Another common symptom is a thick, yellow, or green discharge from the affected areas. Gonorrhea used to be easily treated with penicillin. However, many strains of the bacteria have become resistant to this antibiotic. This antibiotic resistance is a growing concern in treating bacterial infections. It happens when bacteria evolve in response to the drugs used against them. To prevent gonorrhea spreading, people can use barrier methods of contraception like condoms, and those infected can be treated with appropriate antibiotics. Now let's take a look at fungal diseases. Rose black spot is a common fungal disease affecting rose plants. This fungus causes purple or black spots to develop on the leaves of rose plants. The spots have irregular edges and can grow quite large. As the disease progresses, affected leaves often turn yellow and fall off prematurely. This early leaf loss weakens the plant. When the plant loses its leaves, it can't photosynthesize as effectively. This means less energy for growth and flowering. The fungus spreads through the environment by water or wind. Wet conditions particularly favor its development. Gardeners can treat rose black spot with fungicides and by removing affected leaves. Good air circulation around plants also helps prevent infection. Finally, let's examine malaria, a disease caused by a protist parasite. The malaria protist has a life cycle that involves mosquitoes acting as vectors. Female mosquitoes spread the disease when they bite humans. When an infected mosquito bites a person, it injects the parasite into the bloodstream. The parasite then travels to the liver and begins multiplying. Malaria typically causes recurring episodes of fever, along with chills, sweating, and headaches. These fever cycles correspond to stages in the parasite's life cycle. These episodes can be very severe and, in some cases, fatal. Malaria is particularly dangerous for young children and pregnant women. The spread of malaria can be controlled by preventing mosquitoes from breeding. This involves eliminating standing water where mosquitoes lay their eggs. Using mosquito nets while sleeping also helps avoid being bitten, as does using insect repellent. In areas where malaria is common, people may take anti-malarial drugs to prevent infection. These medications help stop the parasite from developing in the body. Understanding these disease examples helps us appreciate how different pathogens affect living organisms in various ways. It also highlights the importance of prevention and control measures in maintaining